to start off asking you this question. What color is the sky? Blue, isn't it? I see you nodding. The audience agrees. The science textbook agrees. And frankly, even the sky agrees on most of the days. The sky is blue. That is the accepted truth, the rule. But what if I said the sky is also pink? It sounds bizarre for sure, and I may seem illogical, especially being a science student. But it doesn't change the fact that the sky is pink sometimes too. We see it every day. We see it during a sunset that the truth of the sky changes from a reliable blue to a beautiful white pink. This is an exception of the rule, but it is real. And it is related to the core of my idea today. The law is exactly like the blue sky for many people. It exists, they know that it exists. But the exception is the most important part that they aren't aware about. The law exists, but for millions, it might as well not. Because when rights stay locked behind a dusty textbook or hidden behind the velvet rope of courtrooms, they don't protect the people that need them the most. Now, this may seem like a concept of huge depth, but it's simple really. You don't have to be Harvey Specter to understand civic law that protects you, although we wish we were. So, last week, I found myself in the middle of what was easily the most peaceful dream I've had yet. You know the kind where the lighting is just perfect, and you seem to achieve everything effortlessly. And for once, the math paper doesn't exist. And just as it was my turn to meet Shah Rukh Khan, I hear the most popular song from his famous movie playing in the background, the most beautiful serenity I'd ever witnessed, slowly fading away as I hear this familiar voice. Sruthakeerthi, wake up! You're wasting daylight. Don't you have that math paper to prepare for tomorrow? It was my mother barging into my room, yelling at me and waking me up. I wish I could tell her that I wasn't wasting daylight. I was simply enjoying my best subconscious life. After all, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam did encourage dreaming. But of course, there's an appropriate place, time, and time limit to be doing that. But then, I realized something. Under the extension of Article 21 of the Indian Constitution, I technically do have the right to sleep. Yes, it is true. The right to life and personal liberty doesn't just mean survival. It means the right to dignity, rest, and peace of mind. Now, if you've noticed, I was fighting for merely 5 minutes of extra sleep, a privilege. But when we put ourselves in the shoes of an everyday wage worker, or a woman facing harassment, who doesn't know that she has the right to file an FIR without being shamed, you notice that my law is about comfort. Their law is about survival. Civic law has been often treated like an abstract concept, you know, a policy document, or a chapter that you study in political science if you take humanities, or simply a debate at a conference. But when you step into the everyday life of a wage worker being denied minimum wage, or a woman facing harassment, you notice that justice isn't denied because the law doesn't exist. Justice is denied because we don't know that the law exists for us. This unfortunate situation, left me with a nagging question. What is the point of policy on paper when it doesn't serve the people in practice? The answer to this very question became Civic Light. For me, it was a shift from theory to action, from debating human rights in committee rooms to actually helping people understand their rights in their very own neighborhoods, meeting them exactly where they are. whether that's a tea stall, a factory gate, or a bus stand. So you might be wondering, what is Civic Light? Civic Light is a student-led grassroots initiative that turns legal jargon into everyday living knowledge. We run legal literacy workshops for marginalized communities and cross-state wage workers, meeting them exactly where they are, whether that's a tea stall, a factory gate, or a bus stand. And we do it under the guidance of academic curators, lawyers, and law students. Civic Light is more than just one project. It's about reimagining civic education. Because civic knowledge is not an academic exercise. It is the single biggest equalizer in our society. It is what turns a mere constitutional promise into a personal shield. It is what defines a life of dignity and a life of helplessness. So go beyond the blue sky. We've spent our entire lives trusting the blue sky. It is the truth that we see every day. But trust me, when the sun sets, it is the pink sky that reminds you of what is real, beautiful, and possible. It resembles endless possibilities, just like the limitless sky. We need to stop treating civic law like it's an exclusive club for lawyers, and instead, treat it like what it exactly is. That is a weather report. Essential, understood by everyone, and more importantly, designed to protect us from the storm. So go beyond the blue sky of what you think the law really is, and instead, find your pink. Find the rights that you don't know you have, and more importantly, share that knowledge. Because when you know your rights, you change the way you live. But when you help others know theirs, you change the way the society lives. Thank you.